scared to like use lighters though. Like I'm deathly afraid of using them. Just get flames. So now we all know I can't do drugs. And I'm scared of lighters.
And just keep looking at her, then you don't have to look at the camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
Okay, cool.
I kept getting distracted looking at you sitting over here.
Yeah. Hi.
Yeah, y'all can feel free if it feels comfortable to look at each other. I mean, like you can. Yeah, I mean, don't force it, but yeah, I mean, if you want to lean in and say something to each other, I think that looks natural. That way, you're not just focused at just me. Okay, so can you go back to what we were just talking about? And let's try to pick up from there because you were.
Hold on, give me 1 sec.
Seriously? Okay.
Oh, that's no, you're good. You're good.
All we hear is like a like, are you okay?
Rick.
There's a lot of blood.
Full contact interview.
It's getting dark.
Great, now I can't stop laughing.
All right.
Oh man, that's funny. Woo! Not that it's funny if you get hurt.
I'm so sorry about your face.
At least your camera's not broken.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
Okay, y'all ready?
I don't know. I can't compose myself after that. Whew. Okay, I think it's good. There
Okay.
might be something in my eye though.
Okay, so we were talking about working together, writing. Tell me about the song. Let's go back and start where you were talking about.
Yeah.
Her coming in and being happy. And okay.
Yeah, I guess it was one of my favorite moments is when we were writing the fourth song, Le Quattro, and it's just dark and mysterious and creepy, and she was feeling happy and sunshiny and just like everything was okay for the first time in her life.
Wow. All right. No, I mean, I'm a happy person. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. No, I was just in a really happy mood though. I'm like, I kind of want to write lyrics that aren't they are confusing, but I want to write lyrics that are confusing but kind of happy in a confusing kind of way. So that was that.
It was unsettling for sure. It was a weird moment. We got done. I was like, what did we just write? This is so strange.
This music is so creepy and scary, but the words, they make me feel alive. It was fun though. I liked it.
So how do you know after an experience like that if it's something that you just go, well, that was cathartic. Too bad we can't use any of it, or how do you know? What is it that makes you go, that's killer. It's gonna work.
I mean, for me at least, I usually feel about halfway through the writing whether it's a good thing or not, at some point. When we got done, I mean, it was like, the whole time it was like, this is interesting and weird, I don't know what it's going to be, and you kind of just go with it. I don't think sometimes during you can always figure out exactly what's going on. It's just kind of like, I don't know, it's like wartime for a minute.
I personally don't think I'll ever really know if I like a song or not, because I feel like I keep writing more and more, and I always look back and compare, and I'm just kind of like, well, maybe I shouldn't have put that one on the EP, maybe this one that I just wrote is kind of better, it's always like that. I feel like until I die, I'm never really going to figure out if I like a song or not. So, but yeah, everything just, sounds nice to me at the moment, so I feel like that's what it is.
Do you ever write something, though, and then go back and listen to it and go, yeah, that's not, maybe you enjoyed writing it, but you kind of know that it's not appropriate for release?
There's something in my eye, that's why I keep doing this. By something, the 5 pounds of makeup I doused on my face. Okay. And don't do this to me, because it's actually, it's hurting.
Like this.
It's hard being a girl. She knows. Okay.
So, okay, you ready? So, how do you know, do you ever write something and kind of go, okay, I love it, but it's probably just for me and not for...
No. Yeah, when I show my parents a song and they don't like it, then I'm like, well, maybe it's not a good song. But that's just because I always take their opinions, really seriously. You can ask my mother. I think she's made me cry on several occasions because she said she didn't like the song. She'll be like, I don't know, I feel like this part. I'm like, don't say anything! Because I know if she says something, I'm going to be like, okay, well, I don't like the song, even if I try hard not to. But there's always that, I don't know, her opinion matters so much to me. I think it's because she's really honest. She says what she feels, and even though what she feels doesn't necessarily have to be the right opinion, it just, I don't know, she's so honest about it that I feel like I can trust her. But yeah, I don't know. There's certain songs, I just honestly feel like it depends on the moment, because when I write it, or like when I'm working with someone and I hear the song at the moment, I'm like, yeah, this is amazing. And then you just go back and you keep listening to it, and then you just kind of like feel it, and you're like, oh, maybe there's this part, or just maybe it's the whole song that's not working for me. But yeah, I don't know, it's just kind of how it's been for me.
So how was it, I asked Adam, how was it working with you? Talk to me about how it was working with him, and, you know, I know you guys probably were sort of coming at this from kind of different places. What was your preconceived notion of, okay, I've been set up to co-write with this dude that I don't know, and how did you feel going into it, and then how was the process based on what you thought?
Well, working with Adam was pretty awful. I mean, he sucks a lot. I'm totally kidding.
It's kind of my thing.
Yeah, he's the worst person in the world to work with, honestly. Like, I just can't believe I wrote a whole EP with this guy. Just, what? No, it was a lot of fun. Actually, it's kind of weird. For me, initially, I felt like, oh, this is just another, co-write. Because, I mean, I've had a lot of co-writes before, and I never really felt like it clicks as well. Maybe there was one or two people in the past where I felt like good products came out of it. So when I came in to meet him, well, first of all, I remember I was really sick that day too. I had I think strep or a cold, and I felt awful. So when I went to meet him, I'm like, well, he probably thinks I'm really snarky and I'm just a mean person, because I'm just like, yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, all right, cool. Let's write some words. So I don't know. I felt like he probably didn't like me, but after we wrote the first song, I was just like, wow, this is really cool. And then I wanted to work again, so I just, asked Eric, and I'm like, hey, can we meet up again so I can work with Adam? He's like, yeah, sure. So we wrote a couple more songs after that. I don't know, I felt like it fit really well. And I feel like he doesn't judge me for my crappy, guitar playing.
Do you judge her for her crappy guitar playing?
When it's crappy, which is pretty rare, unfortunately, or fortunately.
Haha, yeah. I'm surprised you still think that, honestly. No, that's actually, really important to me when I'm working with someone, is that they don't judge me in, certain aspects. And not that anyone, openly judges you, but you can feel it. You can feel the judgment in the room when someone's like, man, you suck, I can play so much better than you. I'm so much better than you at this. So I never felt like that. It's good. Feeling better than someone is a good feeling.
I mean, that's important. That's a hard thing in songwriting. It's vulnerable. You gotta say something that you just came up with that's gonna suck. You know it in your mind that it's gonna be bad. It might be good, but it's probably bad.
Yeah, 90% of the time.
Most of the time, it's
you got. Wow, that was crap.
10 bad ones to get to one good one. I mean, as long as you get to the good idea. And sometimes you get derailed. People get derailed when they are writing, and somebody is like, I don't know, they say you have an idea that's the third idea and the seventh idea would have been the best, but at that third idea somebody says something that makes them go, oh, I shouldn't have said that. And then they've checked out and you've lost the moment and you can't get it back.
Mm-hmm. What was the best part of working with Adam?
I don't know. There's not a lot of good things I can say. No.
Okay.
Leaving, going home.
Yeah, going home. I think the best part about working with Adam was when I got to go home, because I got to, go get some food after that. I'm kidding. Yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. I think the best part, honestly, is the fact that I felt comfortable. Just because I feel like, especially the first time you're co-writing with someone, it's so hard to feel comfortable in front of them because you don't know them, and then you're all of a sudden you're like, oh, well, hey, I'm gonna show you a song that I wrote, or here's a song that I'm gonna write some lyrics to. But it's so weird. It feels like you're being really open with someone without even knowing them prior to that, and it's a strange feeling. So I felt like, at least after the first time I met him, once we started working more, I'm like, well, I feel like our ideas kind of meet eye to eye. So it felt natural, and I didn't feel like I had to make up something, or even if I did, I feel like he'd be like, oh yeah, that's kind of cool. So yeah.
What was the worst part of working with Adam?
The fact that the room is so dark is probably the worst thing about working here. It's insanely dark.
To make you sleepy?
Yeah, I come back from school, I'm just oh, I'm so tired. You're let's go write a song. I'm like, yeah, sure, let's do that. And then you come in here dark room, it's kind of cold. I'm feeling a nap right now. So that's just what it was. But that's
what's with the dark room, Adam?
Lack of lights.
I can't afford better light bulbs. I don't know.
No, I feel bad.
They all actually, if you look around, they're all these high efficiency light bulbs that are very
high
pointless.
Efficiency. My butt. These are awful light bulbs.
What was the?
Sorry. Hold on, I need to make sure this is.
There's the button.
Okay.
Watch and agree.
Cool. Yeah, let me know.
Yeah, I have that camera. It can only go 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have the same one.
So funny. I'm sorry.
I totally almost did it.
If you fall one more time, I'm gonna lose it.
Try to watch you're kind of rocking back and forth in the chair. If you can just.
I'm rocking the chair.
fidgeting. You are.
I'm sorry. I have like.
Okay. Tell me the best part of working with Juhi.
None.
I mean, listening to her play guitar, honestly, like, she says she's bad, but she's amazing. Oh, it's actually the best and worst part, because she plays a lot of things that are good, but half the time it's not something she wrote.
I'm sorry.
No, it's not the worst.
No, I don't always play things that I don't write. A lot of the times I'll be like, oh, well, I use that in another song, or then I'll be like, that's really cool. I'm like, yeah, it's some obscure song you don't know, but we can't use it. Okay, so maybe I do play a lot of songs that I know on the guitar. Or whatever.
What was the worst part of working with Juhi?
There wasn't really much bad.
You're being modest.
I don't know. It's funny, I guess, as an adult, seeing a teenage girl interact with her dad is interesting. Because it's like you said, you trust your parents, like, explicitly and implicitly, whichever word it is. And, but it's also that combo of that, plus I'm also a little bit upset by you all the time. Which I totally get. So, but that's a funny thing to watch. And
So that's the worst part about working with me, seeing my dynamics with my family.
no, I mean, I get. I have a lot of. Maybe that's a bad answer then.